Aloha yogis! Thank you so much for coming to your yoga class. If you love these classes, please don't forget to subscribe and send the videos to anybody you think might benefit from these yoga classes. In the meantime, make sure you have blocks, a blanket with you, a belt, and anything that you might need to support your practice. So we'll come onto our knees and sit with our bum on our heels. And just gently close your eyes here, landing your hands on your thighs. We're just going to tap into our bodies on our mats and just land here. Take a few minutes to settle ourselves in our space, wherever you're at home, in the world. Just gather yourself in whatever space you find yourself in. Notice the quality of your breathing and whatever's been going on throughout your day or what's to come. Try and set all of that aside to carve space out for you to be settling into the moment right now. Visualize yourself surrounded by stars, by bright shining light of the sun. Visualize ocean waves sparkling, and all the beautiful reflected light around you. And tap into your heart here. Take a deep breath in through your belly. Exhale out the nose. Take a moment here to roll your shoulders back and down, to open up your chest. Visualize a strong light coming out of your heart, shining bright, filling up your entire body. You're basically this beam of light flowing out of all sides, spreading across the globe, across the universe, wrapping everything and everyone up in that light, enveloping the flowers, the trees, the earth, the people, the animals, the wind, the sand, the rocks, everything you can think of that can be surrounded in your light. And then take everything that you surround yourself in, right back into your heart center. Take a deep breath into that center. Open your mouth and sigh out. Bring in fresh breath and let out what's not needed. And as we land here, ready to open our spirits up and our bodies up to our practice, just gently opening our eyelids, looking down at the mat, and recognizing just how connected we are with the earth and everyone around us. We all need to spread our love and to love everything around us. Inhale, sweep your arms overhead, palms together, look up, press the palms together. Reach out of the ribs. Exhale, hands to heart. Again. And exhale, hands to heart. Good. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead. Exhale, twist to the right as you bring your arms down. Take a deep breath here. And And then exhale here. Inhale, come back to center, arms overhead, look up. Exhale, turn to the left, bringing that right hand outside of the left thigh and that left hand right behind your tailbone, pressing out of the mat. Inhale. Exhale, twist deeper. We're going to bring a little bit of energy into our flow today. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, hands to heart. Come onto your hands. Give your nice ankles a beautiful rotations here. And then switch directions. Tuck your toes. And bring your little pinky toes forward with your hands if needed, so that they're not left behind, little toes. And then sit down on your heels or have a block in front of you to lean your hands on if that's too much. Otherwise, send your weight back into your heels. Inhale, arms overhead. Interlace the fingers, flip the palms up towards the sky. And exhale, send your biceps and your triceps back by your ears or slightly behind your ears. Pressing the palms up towards the sky. Try and reach your thumbs higher up towards the sky and your pinkies down towards your neck. If that's accessible to you, try and straighten your arms, but bring your shoulder blades down the spine. Belly button drawn into spine. Tuck your back ribs in. Lift the front ribs up. Inhale. Then exhale. Relax the neck. Inhale. Look up. Exhale. Sweep your arms behind you. Interlace your fingers. Press the top of the hands down towards your mat. Lift the front ribs up and your heart up towards the sky. Inhale. Exhale. Draw the hands further away from your back. Again, inhale. And exhale. Good. Release the hands. Bring your hands on your mat. Untuck the toes. And just lightly tap the top of your feet onto your mat to loosen up your feet. And then bring your knees hip width apart and hands, wrists below your shoulders. Open up your fingers wide. Notice all the fingers pointing forward and the knuckles pointing, really pressing down into your mat, especially the index and the thumb and the palms here. Notice how you feel in your neutral tabletop. Start by drawing in the navel into the spine and pressing out of your mat here for a second. And then visualize your knees and the top of your feet splitting your mat opened in the center. So you're trying to rip your mat apart in the middle by pressing your legs out towards the sides of your mat. It's a very small movement, but it activates the glutes, the hamstrings, the knees, all of that area. Bring the belly button into the spine. Inhale. Exhale, release that. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, rip your mat apart, activating the legs, the glutes, and release. Good. Take a deep breath in and a nice breath out. Bring that right foot behind you onto the ball of the foot. Start swaying forward and back, pressing the heel back. And when you do that, be mindful of how you feel in your calf. And then come back forward and then back again. Good. And then in stillness, bring that right leg up parallel to your mat, toes pointing down towards your mat to level out your hips. Press out of the mat with your hands. Look down at your mat, draw the belly button into the spine. Inhale the left arm forward, thumb facing up. Inhale, reach opposite ends as far away from your center as possible, as if somebody's pulling you in either direction. Inhale. Exhale, hold it here. Draw the belly button into the spine. Inhale. And we're going to exhale the elbow into the knee. Inhale, reach out. 5 times. 5, 4. Really activate the abs here. 2, 1. Inhale, reach out. Hold it here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop that left hand, keeping the right leg above you here. And bend that top knee and press the top of the sole of your feet towards the sky, as well as the heel. Keep the knee at a 90-degree angle. Inhale, take that left hand and maybe grab the back of your heel here to do a nice twist. Deep inhale. And exhale. Release everything down on your mat. Send your hips back into a child's pose. Bringing your fingers forward and then relaxing your arms into the mat. Deep inhale. Pressing the belly button into the legs. Filling up all your belly. And exhale. Release. Again. We're waking our body up. Bring yourself back into a tabletop. Send the left foot back behind you onto the ball and start swaying forward and back. Beautiful. Keep doing that with your breath. Be mindful of your breath throughout your practice. Maybe you decided to set an intention for yourself and follow that intention throughout your practice, reminding yourself of what you want to be bringing into your practice today. Think about the left calf here as you press the left heel towards the back of the room. And then inhale that leg parallel to the mat, toes pointing down towards your mat. Exhale. Inhale the right arm forward, thumb facing up. Reach out of that back heel and reach those fingers forward. Inhale and exhale. Belly button drawn to your spine, press the mat away. Inhale. Exhale, knee to elbow. Again, 5 times. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, reach out both ends. Hold it here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep the leg there. Bring the right hand down. Bend the left knee to come into a 90-degree. Inhale and exhale. Maybe here you can take that right hand, bring it around the back, grab your ankle, and then just raise that leg up towards the sky. Inhale here and exhale. One more breath. And bring everything back down onto your mat. And then come into a nice cat. Knees hip width apart. Inhale. And just start doing circles with your hips. Good. And do this as you flip the palm up, your left palm up towards the sky, and then fingers pointing at you, allowing the outer wrist to stretch. And then switch directions here with your hips and switch hands. Press that top of the hand, right hand down into your mat. Good. Come into wide-legged child's pose, toes pointing, big toes to touch. And then Send your arms towards the right here. Let's do a side stretch on the left side. Inhale into the left ribs. And exhale. You can pull on your left wrist slightly, tug it with your right hand to open the left side even deeper. Inhale, visualize the ribs splaying opened. Exhale. Come back to center. Inhale, reach your fingers as forward as they can go. Feeling that nice lengthening of the spine from the tailbone all the way to the fingertips, bringing that heart towards the mat. And exhale, send your arms to the left. Nice side stretch on the right side. Inhale, splay the right ribs opened. And exhale. Again. Good. Come back to center. Send yourself forward into a tabletop. Tuck the toes. Remember to keep the knees hip-width apart. Hands at least hip-width apart. Fingers wide open. Send your hips back into your heels. And then lift the knees off of the mat to a hover. And then we're going to send ourselves gently into a high plank. Again, stay into a low posture. Send your hips back into your heels. And then send yourself forward into a high plank. Again. Inhale. Exhale, high plank. Again. And then send your hips up slowly towards the sky. Heels up. Lengthen the spine. Exhale, heels down into your first downward facing dog. Your knees can be bent here. And then start pedaling the feet with your breath. Sending that energy into your heels, your calves. Start becoming mindful of the quality of your downward facing dog here. It's not about how you look. It's about how you feel in your body. If you're creating space and opening for lengthening and the energy to flow, right? So really press the tailbone up and away from you and press the back of the legs towards the back of the room. Draw those elbows in towards each other to create a nice frame in the upper shoulders to support your upper back. But press out of the mat here. Look down, relax the neck, and look past your legs. Draw the belly button into the spine to create stability in the core. Inhale, heels up, bend the knees, step to the front of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. In your fold, slight bend in the knees. And just notice here, pedaling your knees, right? One knee bent, the other knee bent. Then come into your half lift and do the same thing as you breathe in and out. Pedal your feet, your hands either on your shins or your upper thighs. Feel how that feels right now in your hips, your lower back. Look at your toes. Make sure the toes are pointed forward and the outer edges of your feet are in line with the edges of your mat. What that does is that it creates an internal rotation of the upper thighs. And that internal rotation creates better alignment and opens the lower back so that we're able to open up that tailbone higher up towards the back and gives us a nice opening to be able to hinge forward into our fold even deeper. Right? Inhale, bend the knees, roll yourself up each vertebra at a time, slowly. Sweep those arms overhead, reach up. And when you do that, Try and keep your shoulders away from your ears, but activate the palms and the fingers, right? And really press out of the ground with your legs, activating your feet, your knees, your thighs. Exhale, hands to heart. Again. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the hands, step back into high plank, lower the knees down, and we'll lower down for a count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Elbows tucked in by your sides, hands underneath your shoulders, untuck the toes. Inhale, baby cobra, press out of the top of the feet down on your mat. Exhale, lower. 3 more times. Inhale, baby cobra, look down at your mat, lengthen out of the crown of your head. Leading with the heart, exhale, lower. 2 more. Belly button drawn into the spine. Exhale, lower. Activate those legs. Kneecaps lifted. Good. Inhale, press yourself up into a tabletop. Tuck your toes, send your hips back for downward facing dog. We're gonna go do a little bit of ebb and flow here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna roll ourselves into a high plank as we inhale, and then bend the knees, send our hips back, and then up into downward facing dog as we exhale. You ready? Roll yourself forward like a wave, bend the knees, send your tailbone back. Inhale up, exhale down. Do this 5 more times on your own. Be mindful of the nice spinal flexion. Woo, warming up. Inhale, heels up. Bend the knees, look forward, hop to the front of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bend the knees, roll yourself up. Hands overhead, look up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, sit down into your chair. In your chair, send your weight back into your heels. Hands by your ears, and keep your feet right now hip width apart. Okay, we're just gonna stay here. Lift all 10 toes off of your mat, look down, and then press them back down gently onto your mat. Tailbone down, belly button drawn into your spine. Bring those arms by your ears a bit further back. Sit down deeper. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, come up. Rise up, palms together. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant your hands, hop back into high plank. Lower down, halfway, chaturanga. Exhale. Inhale, up dog. Shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, downward facing dog. 2 big breaths here. Inhale, heels up. Exhale, heels down. Again. Beautiful. Inhale the right leg up behind you. Toes pointing down towards your mat. Press out of that back heel. Inhale. Exhale, draw the knee into the chest. Hold it here for 3, 2, 1.
Gently step it between the hands, lower the back knee, untuck the toes. Inhale, hands overhead. Exhale, lunge. Draw the belly button into the spine, tailbone lengthening down towards your mat. Lift out of those hips, scissor your legs, feel the inner thighs working here, and then lunge even deeper. Feel that left hip flexor opening up for you. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, grab the left wrist with your right hand and then just pull towards the right to open your left side. Breathe into the left side. When you breathe, it allows space, expanding all of your side, and feel that deeper stretch all the way into the quad. Come back to center. Inhale. And then exhale, bring that right hand onto your left thigh, and then that left arm overhead for a nice side twist. Good. Come back to center. Inhale. And then bring that left hand inside of the right foot, and then send that right arm overhead. Look up. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale. Again. Bring that hand down. Send your hips back for half splits. Point those right toes towards your body. Flex the toes. Inhale, lengthen out of that stretch slightly, pointing that crown of your head forward, and then fold forward deeper. One more breath. Okay, inhale, bend the front knee, send your hands forward, your knee back, tuck the toes, send your hips back for downward facing dog. Inhale, both heels up. Exhale, both heels down. Inhale, roll yourself into high plank, lower down. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Inhale the left leg overhead, pointing those left toes down towards your mat, reaching that left heel out behind you. Inhale and exhale. Feel the left glute pulling you up. Inhale. Exhale, bring yourself into high plank, knee to nose. Hold it here for 3. Draw it up as far up as you can. 2, 1. Step it between the hands gently. Lower the back knee, untuck the toes. Inhale, arms overhead, come out of your lunge slightly. And exhale, lunge deeper. Again, draw the belly button in. And then lengthen the tailbone down towards your mat. And breathe. Shoulders away from the ears. Inhale. Exhale. Grab the right wrist with your left hand and just tug towards the left. Inhale into the right side. Lunge deeper. Send the breath all the way down the front of the right thigh. Into the hip flexors. Inhale, come back to center, arms overhead. And then exhale, bring that left hand onto the right thigh and that right arm overhead for a nice side twist. Beautiful. Inhale. Exhale, lunge deeper. One more breath. Slowly come back to center. Inhale, exhale, bring that right hand inside of the left foot and then send that left hand overhead for a nice side twist. Breathe. Open the heart towards the sky. Relax the neck. Exhale. Again. Good. Bring that left hand down on your mat and then send the hips back for half splits, flexing the toes towards you. Inhale, come out of that
fold slightly, lengthening the spine and the crown of your head forward. So really drawing the heart forward. And then exhale, lead with the heart in your fold. Again. Nice hamstring stretch here. Stay here, breathe. Deep inhale into the belly, all the way up the chest. Exhale, side out. Inhale, bend the front knee, bring your hands forward, bring your left knee back, tuck the toes, send your hips back for downward facing dog. Inhale, heels up. Exhale, heels down. Maybe you're noticing the heels starting to get closer to the mat here. Inhale, heels up. Bend the knees. Hop to the front of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms by your ears. Big toes to touch. About an inch space between the heels and the back. Sit down into your chair. Inhale, come out slightly of your chair. Press the knees, the thighs together. Exhale, draw your hands to heart. Good. Inhale, lengthen out of the crown of your head. Pelvis down, tailbone down towards your mat. Draw the belly button into the spine. Send your weight back into your heels. Exhale, sit deeper. Inhale, come out slightly. Exhale, sit down deeper as you hook your left elbow outside of your right thigh for a chair twist. Look at your knees. Make sure your knees stay in line with each other as you twist. Draw your heart up towards your hands as you twist deeper. Look towards the side, relaxing the neck. Inhale. Exhale, send your buttocks back even more. Inhale, draw your hands to center. Lengthen your spine up, your arms overhead, look up. Inhale. Exhale, hands to heart, sit down into your chair. Again, inhale slightly out of your chair. Exhale, sit down deeper into your chair as you hook your right elbow outside of your left thigh for a nice twist. Look down at your knees. Basically, when we do that, we're just making sure that we're keeping our hips level and centered with the front of the mat as we twist. Because really, we're trying to twist the upper body and not the lower, right? So press out of the left thigh with your right elbow as you draw your heart up towards your hands. Relax your neck. Inhale. Exhale, come back to center. Reach overhead, look up. Exhale, hands to heart. Again, sweep the arms overhead, look up. And then exhale, draw your hands to heart. And now we're gonna just lift the left heel off of the mat. And then bring that knee, left knee, at a 90-degree angle, level with your hips. Okay? You can even do a little bit of ankle rotation here. Inhale. And exhale, send that left ankle on top of the right thigh. And you can stay here, or you can start sitting into your chair. It's almost like thread the needle in chair. Keep the left foot flexed towards your knee to protect your knee. And then send your weight back, trying to balance that out. You can stay here, option to bring your hands all the way down on your mat and then fold forward. Take a deep breath, lengthening your spine, and then folding forward. And then you can slowly, with control,
If you're there, start sending your hips back to sit back down in your chair, drawing your hands to your heart. And then slowly pressing yourself up without touching the ground. Bring your knee back to a 90-degree angle. Good. And now you can try to grab the toe or the foot with your 2 fingers, your 2 front fingers and your thumb. And you can just balance out your leg here for 3, 2, press out of that extended leg, 1, then draw it back, down, and bring your hands to heart. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, lift the right heel off of the mat, and then peel it off, drawing your knee up to a 90-degree angle. And then bring that right heel on top of your left thigh as you inhale. And then either stay here, pressing that leg out towards the back of you while keeping your hips level with the front of your mat. Or option to start sitting down into your chair again. Keep that right foot flexed towards your knee. Good. Inhale. Option to hinge forward, bringing your hands onto your mat, straightening that left leg and folding forward. Inhale, lengthen out, tailbone up. Exhale, hinge forward. Take a deep breath here. Side out. When you're ready, slowly draw those hips back into chair again, bringing your hands to prayer at your heart center. Slowly unbend that left leg, drawing the right knee up into a 90-degree angle. Stay here as you exhale. Maybe take that right hand, wrap the fingers around your big toe or your foot or your shin, and then slowly draw that foot out for a count of 3, 2, 1. With control, bring it back to a 90-degree angle. Set it down. Inhale, sweep your arms overhead, look up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant the hands, hop back into high plank, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. With your feet about hip width apart, inhale, roll into a high plank. And then send your heels, both heels, towards the right. And then bringing that left arm overhead into a side plank. Inhale. Reach that left hip up towards the sky. Exhale. Option to reach that left arm overhead, palm facing down towards the mat, stacking the heels. And then maybe opening into a star. Lifting that leg off of your other leg for a count of 5, 4, keep the abs strong, 3, 2, 1. With control, bring the leg back down and then bring that left hand down towards your mat, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Inhale, heels up. Exhale, heels down. Inhale, roll yourself into high plank. Exhale here. Drop your heels to the left. And then slowly bring that right arm overhead for a side plank. Inhale. Exhale, strong upper arm here, reaching towards the sky. Option to reach that right arm overhead, palm facing down, stacking the feet, and then lifting that right leg off
into a star for a count of 5, 4, strong abs, 3, 2, 1. With control, lower that right foot down, and then come down and lower yourself into chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Deep breath in here, open your mouth and side out. Again. Beautiful. Inhale the right leg overhead. Reach out of that back heel. Exhale, draw the knee into the chest. Step it between the hands. And then just maybe swivel the back ball of your foot further away to place yourself into your high lunge here. When you're ready, inhale your arms overhead. And then exhale, bend the front knee into your lunge. Inhale. Exhale, send your arms forward, as far forward as they'll go, keeping your belly off of your thigh. Breathe here. And then sweep your arms along your sides, palms facing down. Press the shoulders away from your ears. Look down. Strong back leg here. Inhale, sweep your arms far forward. Come back up into your high lunge. And then sweep them forward. And then sweep them back. We're going to do this 3 more times. Inhale. Good. Hold it here. Deep breath. Bring your hands onto your mat. Step back into high plank. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale the left leg overhead. Press the heel towards the back of the room. Toes pointing down. Strong abdominals here. Drawing the belly button into the spine. And then exhale, send yourself forward. Draw the knee into the chest. And then step between the hands gently. And then adjust your back foot. Arrange yourself into your stance for your high lunge. Take a deep breath here before we come up. 1 more. Let it out. Inhale, bring the arms overhead. Exhale, lunge. Press out of that back heel. Straighten the back leg. Scissor your legs. So really draw the right hip forward and plug the left heel back. The right hip forward and the left hip back as you bend that left knee deeper. Inhale, send your arms as far forward as they'll go, as if you're holding a ball and you want to pass it to somebody. And then exhale, sweep your arms by your side, palms facing down. Inhale, sweep them up overhead. Exhale, sweep them forward and then back. 3 more times. Slow, deliberate movements. You can do it. 1 more. Good. Inhale. Exhale, plant your hands, step back into high plank, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Woo! Release your breath here in your downward facing dog. Deep breath. Open your mouth, release the heat.
Again. Beautiful. Set your knees down onto your mat. Open your knees mat width apart. Big toes to touch. Send your hips back into wide-legged child's pose. Settle your forehead onto your mat. Deep inhale in the belly. Sending it up the chest. And release. That feels good. Inhale the left arm overhead. Exhale, sweep it underneath your right armpit for a nice shoulder stretch. Breathe into the shoulder. Inhale into your belly. And then exhale, allow the weight to pull down in your chest. Allow the gravity to pull down, giving a greater stretch in your shoulder. Option to take that right hand and bind it between you, behind you to hold onto your left thigh. Come back to center if you bind it. Inhale, sweep that left arm overhead. Reach out of those fingers. Bring that left arm back on your mat. Good. Inhale, sweep the right arm overhead. And then just weave it underneath your left armpit for a nice shoulder stretch on the right. Deep breath into the belly. Exhale, release all the weight down into your mat. Option to take that left arm, bind it behind you, grabbing onto the right thigh. Beautiful. Couple more breaths here. If you bind it, take that left arm back in the front. Inhale, sweep the right arm overhead. Exhale, bring it back onto your mat. And slowly draw yourself back up. Bring the knees together. Come onto your sit bones. And then we'll grab our block and we'll come and do some abdominal work here. Slowly coming onto our backs. So bring the block, the base of your thighs, as much as it'll go. And then draw the soles up towards the sky. So flex, so really reach out of the ball of your feet here, activating your feet. You can keep a bend in your knees if that's more accessible to you. Otherwise, straighten your legs, trying to make sure that our legs are at a 90-degree angle with our back. Grab your hands, interlace them behind the base of the skull and the thumbs and on the side of the neck to support your neck as well. Reach the elbows up and away from you. And then I'll show you first how it works. We're going to inhale, keeping our shoulders on our mat. Hold our breath. Press the lower back down. Lift the tailbone up, squeeze the block as we come up off of the mat. And then exhale, draw the belly down into the spine. Lift the tailbone up again, squeeze the block again. Exhale, belly into the spine. Inhale, lower down. Hold the breath. Press the lower back down, squeeze the block, lifting the tailbone up, come up. Exhale, squeeze the block, draw the belly down. Inhale, lower. We'll do this 5 times with your own breath, very slowly. Exhale, come up. Draw the feet up towards the sky. Squeeze the block. Draw the belly button into the spine. Inhale, lower. Press the lower back down, lift the tailbone up, squeeze the block, come up as you exhale. Squeeze the block again, lifting the tailbone up. Draw the belly button down. 3 more. I'm feeling it. It's okay to shake. And release. Bring the feet down on your mat. Remove the block. Feet mat width apart. Just sway gently side to side in a windshield wiping movement. Inhale to center. Exhale, drop the knees to the left. Inhale back to center. Exhale them to the right. Again. Beautiful. Come back to center. Draw the knees into the chest. Interlace the fingers around the shins. Exhale, draw the knees deeper. Swaying yourself side to side. And then bring your arms out into a T, your legs into a 90-degree angle, and then draw that left thigh on top of the right for a nice bind, or just keep your knees together, legs side by side, and then with your palms down towards the mat, slowly drop your knees towards the right for a nice side twist. Look to the left if that's accessible to you. Here you can always have a block underneath your legs to support you if need be. Inhale, sending the breath into that left side. Exhale, allow the left shoulder to relax down towards your mat. Good. Unbind the legs. Come back to center. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, take that right leg, bring it on top of the left. Bind your legs. And they don't have to completely bind. You can also have that right foot resting onto the outside of the left leg as well. And then slowly lower the knees towards the left. Deep inhale into the right side. And calming down the body. Release tension in your jaw. So release the jaw, the cheekbones, the eyes, the forehead. Unbind the legs first. Draw the knees back to center. Open them wide. Bring your hands on your knees and just draw big circles with your knees, leading with the hands. Breathe. And then switch directions. Okay. And then I'll just place myself this way so that you can see. Let's come into happy baby for our final pose. So bring your knees and your feet, the soles of your feet facing the sky, toes in line with your knees. Bring your legs apart. Grab the outer edges or the shins and draw your thighs down towards your mat. Trying to relax your shoulders onto your mat, but also pressing the tailbone down into your mat. Activate the legs. You can sway yourself side to side here. Option to straighten out the right leg, holding onto your foot. You can do that one at a time with each leg. And when you do that, still be mindful about the other leg, right? Activating both legs. Come back to center. Option to open both legs into a V here. Relax your shoulders. Opening up the back of the thighs, pointing those toes down at your mat. And then bend the knees. Bring the soles of your feet together, holding onto the outer edges of your feet. And then draw the feet in towards your pelvis. Pressing the knees away with your elbows. Inhale and exhale. Slowly draw the knees in towards each other. And then bring your feet mat width apart and collapse the knees inwards. Sway them side to side, keeping them aimed at each other, collapsed inwards. Beautiful. Deep breath. Exhale. And then extend your legs out in front of you. Reach your arms overhead. Stretch both ends as far as they'll go for a count of 3, 2, 1, and release. One more time. Squeeze everything, even your face. 3, 2, 1, and release everything down. Deep breath in your belly, into your chest. And exhale. Release all the effort. Feel the pulsation in your body. Relax your lower back, your hips, your shoulders. You can even take your shoulders, come off of your mat slightly, bring the shoulder blades down your back, and then replace your back onto your mat. Notice how your body feels now compared to the beginning of the class. Thank yourself for really having dedicated your time to your practice. Relax your feet, your shins, your calves, your knees. Relax your thighs, the back of your thighs, the sides of your thighs, the quads, your belly, your heart. Allow your heart, that light that you sent, wrap yourself around that light. Remember, you are love. And that is forever. Mahalo nui loa for sharing your practice with me. Namaste.